If you're interested in teaching at the collegiate level because it seems like you might make higher pay for less amount of work, it kind of depends on where you're at. There's only one person that I can think of who that is the case for, and everybody else that I can think of that teaches at the university level, it's like significantly more than you might expect in terms of the work that you're doing. On paper, it might seem like a university professor would have less to do than a K-12 educator, because the professor, it's like they have more time off for winter break, more time off for summer break, etc. But what you don't see is that you will likely be working all summer. You'll likely be working on nights as well as on weekends and whatnot, because you're going to be working on different publications and presentations and doing all this service hour, helping with different committees at the university or nationally, etc. So on paper versus in actuality, it can be like night and day different in terms of the amount of workload that you're going. If you like doing research, then cool. One of the things that I'd recommend doing is looking at high research output institutions, which is often referred to as like R levels. So like R1 is the highest number. R2 means you might do less doctoral students, etc. So if you are interested in doing like the academic side of things, going to an R1, you will focus more on publications, presentations, service hours than you might for teaching. But if you go to like a community college where you're going to teach at, they might not care about any publications. That might not be any requirements in your contract in there. 90% of your time might end up being teaching. Whereas if you go to an R1 institution, it might be like 20%, 40% of your time is actually teaching. And then you'll have a significant portion dedicated to scholarly activities like research, publications, and then maybe like 20, 40% of your time on service, like serving on committees across the nation and within the university that you're working with. So those are some things to also consider if you decide to go the collegiate route for teaching as opposed to the K-12 route. You can find thousands more free drumming tips and exercises to improve your chops, limb independence, technique, and more in my YouTube channel's home tab, or neatly organized in the link at the top of the screen.